My name is Harper.
And I'm Sivan.
I'm Pradanya.
And I'm Grant.
Did you know that 8% of adults report having no friends?
Out of the whole US population, that's around 26.7 million people.
Since the pandemic, fewer people have close friends. Loneliness can cause mental health issues, including depression and self-harm.
This may contribute to the growing rates of mental health problems among US citizens, especially young people.
During adolescence, people start to move away from parents and towards peers. They have an increased awareness of social hierarchies and start to be more aware of other people's social preferences.
Usually 150 cognitive connections is the most a person can make and keep.
Friendships can involve both close and weak ties. Even friendships that are more casual or short-term can make meaningful impressions and contribute to satisfaction in friendships, but people often don't consider the benefits of weak relationships.
It's also important to note that closeness is subjective, and each person has their own measure of friendly intimacy. Bringing more people into your support network can make it more resilient during periods of difficulty or change.
Loneliness or a lack of friends and a social connection is proven to be linked with depression and social anxiety.
We conducted a survey at our high school about students' friendships and ideas about friendships.
50% of students said that 3 to 5 close friends were the ideal number, while around 45% said that 1 to 2 were enough. Closeness was defined as feeling comfort, trust, and connection with another person on this question.
About 50% of people also said that they did have 3 to 5 friends, but a much smaller percentage, 25% of students, said that they actually had 1 to 2 friends. Almost a whole 15% admitted that they felt they had no close friends.
While a large percentage of people agreed that they were satisfied with the number of their friendships, a smaller amount felt satisfied with the depth of those friendships.
I think this is interesting because I often see that people feel lonely though they have friends. This is probably because they don't feel super close with the friends they have. This reminds me of the idea of being a floater, which is being friends with people from different parts of your life or different friend groups. I think that doing this would help people feel closer with the friends they have, since instead of confining yourself to a single friend group where you might not get along with every person as well, it's probably better to make friends from various places that you personally connect with deeply to increase overall satisfaction with friendships.
Floating also helps with finding a diversity of thought and broadening your perspective and worldview. The more people from different circles you know, the more chance for a diversity of thoughts and experiences. Depending on what your goal is, it could also help with the exact opposite, bringing you closer to people with similar experiences as a way of building different circles of connection based on common ground. I, for example, have circles beyond my immediate one at school, whether that be my friends from soccer or the friends I've made in my Jewish school. Both of these circles connect me to communities larger than my immediate one, and do so on a common basis that brings out a stronger security in myself and my identity.
In elementary school, I always made a few friends and created a tiny friend group that I talked to and interacted with exclusively. I didn't really see a problem with this as I had my 3 friends and I liked them. But after elementary school, I had to split up from those friends and go to a middle school that none of them went to. So I had to start fresh here, and I struggled in the beginning to make friends after confining myself to a singular group all of elementary school. But I eventually found another small trio for myself until early 8th grade, when there were some problems with that trio, and then we also ended up not being friends anymore. At this point, I didn't know what to do because I felt lonely not having anyone else. Then I started branching out more with friend making and talking to people from different groups that I clicked with, and not stopping after I had a friend or two because I had experiences that didn't work. When I went to high school, I continued this technique of making friends from different groups and not trying necessarily to integrate with their friend group and stay in that one, but to befriend individual people from different groups that I clicked with personally. And I found that this overall I'm much more satisfied with, and I'm satisfied with my friendships now.
As a group, we decided that it's best to have a balance between close friends and weaker acquaintances. People tend to be satisfied with some close friends from different facets of their lives who have both similar and different experiences.
There are many ways to make friends from different parts of your life. You can join an extracurricular or club, meet people at school or work, and volunteer as ways to meet people. Especially as a young person, it's important to make connections in order to support your mental health and also to help you enjoy yourself at school, clubs, or sports.
Music and podcasts made using Soundtrap.